A very good morning to all of you children. Welcome to the EBS class. Hope you all are fine children.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So today we'll be doing a new topic in our EBS class children, and that is human population and the environment. So as the topic itself speaks, it is self-explanatory that we are going to talk about the population first, what all is included in population, how do we define population, and secondly we'll be talking about its connection with the environment. Fine, so it is basically, you can say the chapter is divided into two categories, or it covers two subtopics, that is human population, and secondly it's the relation of the human population with the environment. Fine. So when we talk about the population children, what are we actually talking about? We are talking about the number of organisms present in a particular area on a given time. Like if we are talking about the current population of our country, we'll be considering only about right now. Why do we say at a given time? We say at a given time because it may increase or it may decrease. How does the population increases and decreases? Can anyone tell me? What is the possible reason because of which the population may increase or it may decrease? Do you understand population children? Class 8C? Anyone? Any intelligent child from the class who can tell me population? Okay, I'll just repeat. See, when we are talking about the population, that means we are talking about the organisms. Now, specifically here in the chapter, when we are talking about the human population, that means we are talking about the number of the human beings present in a particular area. Supposing if we talk about the population of Rajasthan, that means we are talking about the human beings who are living due to some business issues. What are you trying to say, child? I've received a message. Please just correct your message. It's incomplete. Fine. So what I was telling you, that when we talk about the population, that means we're talking about the number of the organism. Now by organism, what do I mean? I mean the living organisms. Now basically, actually, when we talk about the population in large term, that means we are talking about the humans, we talk about the animals, and we also talk about the plant population. Fine. But here, since the topic is specific, it says human population. That means we are talking about the human beings which are present, what number of human beings are present in which area and at what time. It does not remain the same throughout. It does not remain same, because now anyone can tell me how does human population increases and decreases? Can tell me. Apply your brain. I want the answer from you. I know you are very intelligent children. How can the number of human beings in a given place increase or decrease? What can be the possible reasons? Okay,
Ma'am,
so
birth and death.
very good. Who's that? Please tell
Ma'am,
your
Palak.
name. Yeah?
Palak.
Yes, Palak, you're absolutely right. This is something quite obvious, that if the birth take place, then of course the number is going to increase, and if death takes place, then of course number is going to decrease. So that is why now the definition is very clear, that the number of organism present, or you can say the number of human beings, when we're talking about human population, the number of human beings present in a particular area at a given time. Time, because death is uncertain, and then similarly, okay, Kripa gave the answer, I received the message. Fine. So similarly, the birth keep taking place, and the same way the deaths also keep taking place. Yes, so that is why it can increase and decrease the number of the population. So is this much clear to everyone? 8C?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we talk about some of the terms which are related to the population. So for that, what I expect you to take is, take a pencil in your hand and your copies, rough copies or the copies for the EVS that you have. Please take that so that you can make a note of it. Fine. The first term is population density. Please make a note of it. Population density. Now, what is population density? When we talk about population density, children, we actually mean that we are talking about the size of population of that particular place. Okay, so when it will be denser, when there will be more human beings or less human beings? If I say Rajasthan is a state that is densely populated, so what does it mean? More human beings or less? What does it mean?
More.
More
Yes,
human.
yes, more. Of course, correct. So when you have more number of human beings, more number of organisms, then you say that it is densely populated. So population density refers to the number of organisms, they are more or they are less in a particular area. Do not forget to write the specific term in a particular area. We cannot talk about the term population in vague like that. We have to take, you can say we have to take standard, we have to take measures based on which we can judge the population of a place. Fine, children. Now next is natality or the birth rate. Now what comes to your mind when we say birth rate? Anyone? Birth rate, birth, birth rate. Anyone? The rate at which the birth is taking place, and it is like, this is for you for explaining, for understanding, like how many children are taking birth in this time and in the I mean for a given time and in a given place. So if more birth are taking place, then of course the birth rate is going to increase, the natality is going to increase. If more deaths are taking place, then what is going to increase? Death rate. Yes, what is the other term that is used for death rate? If natality is the term for birth rate, what can be used for the for death rate? Anyone? It is mortality. Fine. So, okay, we were talking about natality. Now, here, children, when we'll be more specific, we say that the childbirth that takes place every year per thousand, we are going to talk about per thousand, how many births are taking place per year. That is what we include in the natality. The same way when we talk about the mortality, again we say number of deaths per thousand per year. That means every year, per year means every year, per thousand, how many deaths are taking place? That is what we include in mortality. So is natality and mortality clear to you, children? 8C?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So we move further and we talk about another. So we have talked about three terms. First is population density. Then we have talked about natality and birth rate. And then third, we have talked about the mortality or the death rate. Now, fourth term that we are going to talk about is population dispersal. Do you remember the term dispersal of seeds when you were there in class 6? You've studied, you come across this word dispersal of seeds. Do you remember the meaning of the word dispersal, children?
Removal.
Yeah?
Removal.
Okay, removal. Anyone else?
Ma'am,
Fine,
scattering.
you are closer. Yeah?
Scattering.
Scattering. Very good. Very good. Excellent. What a memory. Fine. So dispersal means, yes, of course, you can in a way say it's scattering. Now, see, dispersal here means that when, like, see, when we are talking about the term population, children, and when we talk about population, see, it can be possible. It's not a risk. The movement is not restricted throughout the country. Now, since I've been taking the example of Rajasthan, I'll continue with that. Now, supposing the whatever, like supposing 100 was the population of Rajasthan, supposing Rajasthan state. Now it is possible that local movement take place or the dispersal takes place. How dispersal takes place? That somebody moves out from Rajasthan and reaches to UP. Similarly, from UP someone reaches to Rajasthan. So is it going to affect the population of Rajasthan? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because in that case, the population, if supposing 25 move out of Rajasthan, so what will be the current population of Rajasthan? If
75.
it was, yeah,
75.
yes, and if 25 move into Rajasthan, then what will be the current population?
100.
Yeah,
100.
100. Initially, if it was 100 and 25 move in, then it will become
125.
125. Fine. So we can say the migration into or out of that particular place we call as the population dispersal. Any problem in this term?
No, ma'am.
No.
Fine. Now we move on to the last term, the fifth term, that is called population growth rate. Now you will tell me population growth rate. What do you mean by population growth rate? What can happen in this?
The speed at which the population is growing.
Yes, very good. Excellent. Who's that?
Ma'am Wahib.
Wahid, very good. See, now here, as if he has said that the rate at which it is increasing or it is decreasing. That means in this, we are going to include birth rate. We will also include the death rate. And of course, we are also going to include the dispersal. That means moving in or moving out of that particular area. Fine. So all the three, when we include together and we combine together, it becomes the population growth rate. Growth rate can decrease, it can increase. Fine. So till here, any problem, children? HC?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next, we talk about growth of human population. This is another topic that we'll be discussing, that is growth of human population. So now here, see, the same class when I took in the other section, I got the answers from the children. So I expect the same from you intelligent children also. See, when, like, as I said, the growth of human population. So here we are going to talk something about history also. Fine. So if imagine a situation that when life came into existence on Earth, human life came into existence on Earth. Now just tell me that initially, at the very beginning, was the population very dense or it was not so dense? It was very less.
Ma'am, it was not so dense.
It was not so dense. Very good. Why it was not so dense? You're absolutely correct that it was not so dense. But why it was not so dense?
Because there were not sources for the livelihood.
Beta, please be a little louder.
Because there were no sources for the livelihood.
Yes, yes, correct. Very much correct. That because at that time the survival was not so easy. Yes, people depended on the raw meat. Moreover, they did not find food for themselves for a longer period of time. Later, gradually, slowly, they learned that yes, they can eat something and they can satisfy their hunger. So at that time, the resources very good. The resources were less, or they were there but they were not discovered. And because of that, since it was a problem, it was a big issue for the people to survive. So that is why initially when life came into existence, the human life when it came into existence on earth, it was difficult, or the survival of the life was difficult. So in that case, the first case, the population density was less. Fine. So next is rise in population in the second case. Now, what? Just imagine the other situation when agriculture came into existence. Then what was the thing? When there was agriculture and development started taking place. At that time, what do you think? At that time, what have been the situation of the population? Yes.
Ma'am, the population rised because
Yes.
they got, ma'am, because they got some resources for their survival, so the population increased.
Yes, yes, correct. Exactly. The population started increasing. It started rising. Why? Because now the basic need of the human being, that is the food. Yes. Now here there was a what? There was a answer to it. Fine. Now here they learned to grow, they learned agriculture techniques, and they started growing crops. And these crops were there for them to feed. Fine. And of course, when this demand is fulfilled, then there'll be a rise in the population. Now, third one, what about when the industrial revolution started, or when industries came into existence?
Ma'am, the population increased more
Yes, the
because
population.
because sources were more and the population then increased.
Yes, so yes, she's correct. That population increased to a greater extent. Why? Because now it was easier, much more easier for people to find that they were at comfort, you can say. Everything is available. Yes. Now only thing is like you have to be very what? You have to be educated, you have to learn, you have to find a job for yourself, and like when you start getting money, you can buy things for your comfort. So the life became a little easier. Yes. See here like nowadays, if children you just understand with the like emotional background, if you talk about that, then just think that life now has become tougher because nowadays we suffer stress. It is a general problem with the people, you must be knowing as you are grown up children. But like the actual, you can say the actual problem which were faced by the people at the initial level, that is not there. We don't have to do a lot of physical work, but because there was a lot of mental work. Yes, the lives have become stressed. But if we talk about the comfort, if we talk about the easiness of the life, it is much more easier than in comparison to what it was previously. Any problem till your children?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Fine. Then, okay, what about today? What is the scene today? Current scene.
Ma'am, you are in school.
Okay, I'm in school. Thank you so much for telling. That
Yes,
was so
ma'am.
sweet. Who is it?
Ma'am, we can see the blackboard.
I know you can see the blackboard and you can very well identify your school. You're missing the school, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, I am in the school, but
Yes,
I
ma'am.
was not talking about this situation. I'm talking about the current situation of the population. But anyways, it was very sweet of you. Yes. So what is the current situation of the population?
Ma'am, it is increasing very much. That is affecting the environment.
Yes, now see the population has increased to an extent that now, because of the increase in population, it is giving a bad impact on our environment. And nowadays, see, you can see so many campaigns, so many competitions, everything giving the same message: save environment, save nature, save Mother Earth, isn't it? So it is because of the of like you can say that there is a big growth in the population, and this population now needs to be controlled. There are many ways, there are many measures which are taken by the government, but still the population of our country is increasing at such a rate that now it is difficult, and because of that it is it is giving a bad impact, a negative impact on the environment. Our environment is getting disturbed. Can anyone tell me why our environment is getting disturbed? How is population having effect on the environment?
Ma'am, as the population increased, the requirement for resources of natural resources also increased, and some resources are only for limited quantity, and they are also getting used, and more land is also used, and for agriculture and pollution also taking place. In these ways, environment is getting a bad impact from more population.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, you're correct. Like you've said, you have covered all the topics which were need to be covered in the answer. Very nicely given the answer. That's it. Because of one thing, because of the increase in the population, it is creating such an effect, children, that everything is getting imbalanced. See, you need as you of course see everything, the existence of everything or the use of everything. See, just imagine the situation during the lockdown. Nobody visited a who is this? There's no use of sending these hearts and all. What is this? Class is going on. Shall I take your name? Very bad. These hearts are not required, please. If you know the answer, you can just raise your hands and you can tell the answers, or you can just interrupt in between. There is no requirement of these hearts. I think I'm clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Better. So, like, see, during the lockdown, nobody visited the malls. Fine. Or the hospital was the only place where people were visiting, and that too because it was a compulsion. Nobody was visiting anywhere. So, it is only because of the population that these things have existence. The malls, the schools, then you have these offices and office buildings, zoo, whatever. See, everywhere, if population is not there, if people are not there, then these are of no use. So the same way, when there is an increase in the population, there is so much increase in the population that these places are to be constructed in more number, more schools, more hospitals, more offices, more zoos. Yes, the same way, when these are required, of course, the natural beauty of the environment is disturbed. We need to cut down the trees, a lot of deforestation at a large rate. And that, of course, causes, it arises more other problems which are interrelated, and it causes a bad effect on the environment. So what effect is are caused on the environment, that we are going to discuss in the next class. Moreover, I would like to congratulate all of you because it was a very nice starting. Yes, you all were very much involved and you gave the answer. And this was like, it's not the first time you've been like this the same way previously also. So see, children, this is something, this is a very a very sensitive topic. And if you take it properly, if you learn something and if you initiate that, no, I'll be one of the environment protector, then it is going to solve the purpose of learning EVS, environmental science. Fine, children. So this is how we have come to the end of today's class. We'll be proceeding with the effects of the increase in population on the environment in the next class. So till we meet again, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye, children.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Ma'am.